Rivera joining us live tonight from Baghdad with a report on progress being made there since the surge. Geraldo, what can you tell us?
Hi, Alan. You know, if Iraq is ever to be a country, there has to be peace along the jagged line that separates the Sunnis from the Shiites. In Baghdad, that's been the scene of some of the most savage violence, like the January battle on Haifa Street at Talil Square. It was January 8th, 2007, and the intensity of the fighting was really shocking. This is pre-surge Baghdad in the Kark Security District. They had gone 18 months without any GIs. In a single month, 53 had been killed there. That was then. This is now. Epic battle scenes of the fighting here in Talil Square in Baghdad are perhaps the most graphic images of the violence and anarchy that gripped this capital city back in January of this year. Now the most difficult thing about getting through Talil Square are the epic traffic jams. This is a neighborhood of 250,000 people. It's a mixed neighborhood, Sunni and Shiite. And it seems these days as if everybody is working on something. They're working on sewer projects. They're working on buildings. They've got $100 million U.S. tax dollars, and the commander of the 2nd Blackjack Brigade, Colonel Bryan Roberts, is essentially the mayor of the Kark district. He took me on a tour of the famous Alawi market. The fish, the famous river carp fish, are back on sale. There's produce for sale that would be the envy of greengrocers from Los Angeles to New York. There are crowds of people. They're in a good mood. The furniture makers are out. The restaurants are open. Where people fear to tread, there really are a populace that seems to be getting back to normal. There's a maternity hospital in the Kark Security District that once was the sniper nest for al-Qaeda operatives who used the roof to rain havoc and death down on the people below. Now, in a couple of weeks, the maternity hospital will be open. So a building where once they dealt death will be dedicated to life. We also went to the Baghdad Zoo, which has been reopened and refurbished, and those animals that have been so ravaged by the war are now living lives of relative luxury. Colonel Roberts and I even spent some quality time with the pet cheetahs that Saddam Hussein's sons used to like to take around to the discos. And just a few blocks away, there's a carnival out. You can't make this up, folks. Look at the carnival. Look at the crowds. Look at the young people. They're out of their homes. They're having fun. They want a return to normalcy. And the reason they have the opportunity to do that is in large measure to the U.S. forces. And as I said, excuse my glove, Colonel Bryan Roberts, the men of the 2nd Blackjack Brigade of the 1st Cavalry have done a magnificent job. Here's the question I have for you, and you and I have tracked this conflict for a long time together. Can it be said, dare I say, are we winning the Battle of Baghdad, Colonel?
Geraldo, yes, we are. Absolutely. Statistically, it's proven. There's a tremendous decline in enemy activity, terrorist activity, insurgent activity, gang activity, all across Baghdad. And then there are the visual signs of change. You just can't make it up. Every day you go out and see how much better things are getting for the lives of the people.
Where did al-Qaeda go, though? That's what's so stunning. You know, it's been 8 months since I was here. I was here at the beginning of the surge. Now, 8 months into it, you know, where are all of these savage fighters who are wreaking such?
Geraldo, a lot of them just sit country. And those who didn't, we are detaining daily. They don't want any parts of the goodness that's going on here, and so they are finding somewhere else to operate.
Okay. So, guys, you know, Alan and Sean, it seems as if everybody in the Kark Security District has a shovel. Everybody is building something. It really is quite an extraordinary scene, guys.
Yeah, you know, Geraldo, I'm listening to you, and we have our staff here watching this, and we see this Ferris wheel going around and around, and we're all sitting here saying, wait a minute, is it really that good? You know, it's somewhat stunning, and more stunning than that, Geraldo, is the fact that there hasn't been the widespread reporting that you're giving here. There's only reluctant acknowledgement of success in the media.
You know, Sean, I don't like conspiracy theories about what the media does or does not do, but I have to say that I was stunned when I got here. And when the colonel took me around, I have 5 kids. I care a lot about my physical safety, but I felt comfortable enough to remove my body armor and to see those children playing. I mean, they were sincerely, Colonel, weren't they feeling as if they had some sense of normalcy in their lives?
Absolutely, Geraldo. I mean, that's a day-to-day activity for them now, something they could not do 13 months ago. Life is becoming routine for them, and it's a normal lifestyle for everybody.
Sean?
Geraldo, what happens now if things are looking this good? What happens if the American troops come home?
That's the thing that bothers me as well, Alan. What happens when you guys go home? What happens when the magnificent work you have been accomplished because of your presence, now when your presence is removed? What's the post-surge life like?
Well, Geraldo, the Iraqi security forces, as well as the government of Iraq, is really stepping up to play their part in this progress. So I'm fairly confident that when we leave, progress will continue.
You know, I'm not, Alan, as positive as the quiz. I think it's still a big question. I don't understand why something that's working is going to be altered. That's for politicians. All I know is that right now, in the surge world, Baghdad is an incredibly safer place than it was.
All right, Geraldo, we thank you very much. We check with Greta Van Susteren telling us